My jam is marketing, sales. I love it. I failed at it a lot because I felt like nobody wanted to teach me like the real way to market. Content that I was posting originally was like what I call like this look at me marketing, wrong angle. And this is what most businesses get stuck. This works every single time. You could stop this podcast right now and go do that. There's money in that all day. But when you figure this out, you can really scale. And I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm going to do it. Our core offer will solve all those problems. Legit. Your business will grow. We got girls up 150,000 in 9 months. We got girls up 250,000 in 9 months. We got girls up 45,000 in 45 days. Like, we have a lot of ladies in here growing the salons. Welcome to the 7-Figure Salon podcast with Rachel and Drew. I'm Drew. Rachel is on a call with some clients today. So you got me. We're going solo, and we're going to dive into some super cool stuff. My jam is marketing, sales, money stuff. I love it. I failed at it a lot, failed at it for a long time, and really had to claw my way through because I felt like nobody wanted to teach me like the real way to market. So I'd always try these things. How does that start? Like back in 2013, I opened my first company. It was a gym. Texted all my friends. Some people joined. I thought I was going to open up this facility. I got a loan for like $30K. That's more money than I'd ever even thought about in my life. You know, went shopping, and I bought $27,000 worth of equipment, and I loaded up a truck and a trailer, took it to my warehouse, and everything comes in a box in the gym, by the way. Any box. It's awful. So I had to unpack and unravel everything, plastic, paper. It was a nightmare. And everything's heavy too. So I get it in there. I open things. I post on Facebook, and just tumbleweeds. No one. My best friend came by, Derek. You know, he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm here," you know? And so that led to Yelp calling me, which I know they've called every one of you. They call you right away. They got some deal going on with LegalZoom or something. I don't know. But you get a call from Yelp, and they're like, "Oh, you got a new business, SEO, Google, yada, yada." And you're like, "This sounds great. This is obviously what I need to do. This is the path to growth." So you do the Yelp thing, and what happens? Nothing. And then who comes in? Freaking Groupon. They come in, and then you do a Groupon, and then you start getting some leads, right? You start getting people coming in. This is exactly what happened at my first company. The Groupon are what they call the cheap chasers. They are looking for the cheapest thing out there. They want a super crazy deal. I ran that. We had a lot of people in from that, but like no income. So nobody signed up. No one did anything. So after pushing that for a long time, I'm like, this doesn't work either, you know? And then started posting and learning from there. And the content that I was posting originally was like what I call like this look at me marketing. You know, look how like fit and strong and cool we are over here. Look at this stuff going on. It's so exciting. Be excited about fitness, you know, wrong angle. So it didn't really take off there. So it was just this really difficult path to learning how to actually market. So reading the books, learning the things, didn't even know which path to market down. Like you got billboards, you got newspaper, you got Facebook, you got Instagram. You got Instagram wasn't that popular back then when I opened, but it was taking off. Didn't know what to do. You know, so fast forward about 9 years of that. You know, just struggling to post, not really monetizing social media, not knowing how to market. So did masterminds, learned a little bit, but again, I wasn't getting the goods. I wasn't getting the real deal on like how to market. Kept joining masterminds, kept learning, kept trying to figure out exactly what to do, and like and it became a problem. And this is what most businesses get stuck. This is kind of where they are, right? This might be where you're at, maybe not, but people on like Shark Tank, they're on Shark Tank because they don't know how to market and sell their product. So they need to work with people that are more successful to do that, right? So they can market. That's all they're doing on that. They're buying into the business, they're marketing, they're creating distribution to sell more product or service. Usually it's product on that one, but it's because the owners don't know how to do it, how to get it to that next level, right? It's because they're playing the game that I was playing. They're trying all this stuff, but it kind of works, but it doesn't really like pick up. Eventually decided to like, hey, I need to learn how to be a marketer. Like I need to like own this, and I need to be able to leverage it in such a way to where we can get more clients, you know? So what does that look like? And it really drove me to the social platforms, of course, as we all know, but also paid acquisition. And then this word acquisition. What is acquisition? Acquisition is everything. It's where I spend a lot of if not all of our time in our companies. So driving leads, working with Josh to create different types of creative. We're about to ramp up. So as we ramp up and as we press, I work more closely with our team, daily meetings, things like that. So content is crucial. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but I'm also going to talk about the 4 types of ways that you can acquire a client. There's 4 ways. One-to-one, warm audience. You got one-to-many, warm audience. You got one-to-one, cold audience. And you got one-to-one group, one-to-many people. What's one-to-one warm? That's going to be people in your phone. That's going to be people in Instagram. You have a list, people who've come to your business before, and directly reaching out to them one-to-one. It's a warm lead. It's a warm person. They know you. They've given you the information. They've given you permission to contact them. Do that, right? This works every single time. The quickest way to cash, you could stop this podcast right now and go do that. Go reach out to all of your clients that are a warm audience, meaning anyone that's been into your business, anyone that's on your social media that makes sense to reach out to them. Start a conversation. Don't go straight into offering them something. Have a regular conversation. And from that regular conversation, you'll see if they're a good fit, or if they need something. So in a salon space, for us, it's just reaching out, checking in. How's everything going? You often want to know your clients. So if you have rapport, you'll likely know these people. So you'll know, even if you look at their social media, you'll know a bit about them. They have dogs, kids, hey, what's up? Saw that you guys went to Disney World. Very cool. How was it? Boom. Now you're in a conversation. There's no tricks. You're just talking to people like you would talk to them at like a coffee shop or a bar or something like that. You're not trying to do anything miraculous. You're just connecting, right? Business is all connecting. It's people having conversations with people, trade money for product and service. So you got to have conversations with people. Okay. So when you're talking to them, that's warm outreach. Just initiate a conversation. So that's one-to-one warm. One-to-group warm is going to be your social platforms. That's good. Again, warm audience, people who know you, people who have contacted you before. Print out all your email, like make a list of your emails, make a list of everyone in your phone, and all your followers. Boom, there's your list. It's probably over 1,000 people. That's how you make a list. You can reach out to all of them one-to-one. I kind of jumped back there, but jumping back forward to the one-to-many. One-to-many is on your social platform. So anytime you post or do something like that, that's one-to-many, which is what we're doing with this. So this is we post our podcast on our social media platforms just to create value, to help out. We have some free help. If you want it, there's a business assessment down below in the description. If you don't want help with your business, don't click the link. It's there. It's there if you want it or not. So this isn't like a big heavy pressure thing that we're doing this. We're just trying to create and help people with their business, primarily salons, but all business is business. So that being said, that's one-to-group. Okay, posting. That's what that is. One-to-group warm. But the next thing, let's talk about cold. So one-to-one cold would be like cold calling, reaching out to people who don't know who you are. That's cold. Harder. Yeah. One-to-many, like one-to-group cold is paid acquisition, paid ads. Okay. So those are the 4 ways to do it. Quick recap: one-to-one warm, one-to-many warm, one-to-one cold, one-to-many cold. Okay. So those are the only 4 ways you can acquire a customer. Okay. So you have to pick a path. I would strongly recommend picking the one-to-one warm. There's money in that all day. It's certain. You will make income from that. But the work is reaching out. And this is where people stop. They'll reach out to like 10 people, or maybe they're really ambitious and they'll reach out to like 50. And then that's it. Like you have to do it on a regular basis. And then you need to build a team or process around this process, right? So eventually you hire people to help you initiate conversations and reach out, and it becomes a lead gen / customer service rep, if you will. A person, not an agency. Don't hire agents, hire a person, individual. You want to keep all your systems and processes in-house, which is what we do with our clients. We give you the process, the systems, the solutions, so you can own it on your own, and you don't have to like hire other people to use their hardware or whatever to run your business. When you do that, you need to do that at volume. So the too warm, post all the time. I mean, like y'all post all the time because you're getting in front of your audience. And I know you hear this all the time. I know we hear it, like everyone's saying it. Gary Vee's, we were just at an event in California. Gary Vee was there talking about posting 44 times a day. It's like, dude, And he's right though. If you're posting 7 to 9 times per platform on all platforms, like that's, what is it? 6 posts a day on all the platforms, that's a lot. We don't have a Gary Vee budget, so we're focusing on a few platforms, but that's the goal. Ramp up and get more content posted out there. So that is the posting strategy and the marketing piece. And then when you're doing one-to-one, that's straight, there's texting, the best way to get people into your business is text people that have been in your business. It is way easier to ascend a previous client than it is to obtain a new one. So make sure all your customers are happy and you're delivering a great product. That's key, right? Everyone's looking in the cold bucket. They're trying to try this new thing to market to a group of a cold audience. They're all up in that fourth method. And the other ones are easier. So they're skipping the one-to-one warm. They're skipping the one-to-group. Most people kind of do one-to-group. They kind of post a bit, but really they're just posting like, look at me marketing like I was. Like, look how pretty my clients are. Look at how pretty this hair is, or look how gorgeous my salon is. Like I was like, look how fit I am. Look how fast I am. Look how strong I am. You want this, I mean, what I'm saying? Like, you want to be fit. That's what I'm saying. Like you want to be strong and fit and, you want to be lean and all these things. And I thought that was the thing, they don't care how fit I am. Like no one cares. I wasn't trying to be egotistical about it. I was trying to draw in dads that want to hit their fitness goals, but it was off. I showed a video. One of my biggest videos was it was a 20-second video. I showed them if they want to lose 10 pounds in 10 days, what to eat. And I just pulled them into the camera real quick. It was simple stuff. And I showed them the protein shake, and then I showed them their first meal, second meal, and third meal. Like I had made the food and I had it right there. And I showed it to them real simple. That thing blew up. It was ridiculous. Super easy to shoot. It took me maybe 5 minutes to shoot total because I had the food in the fridge, like ready. 1-to-1 warm, 1-to mini warm are going to be your first moves. Paid ads, I can talk about paid ads. I love paid ads, but you're going to be spending more on that. And, we can talk about the four-phase frameworks, but I'm going to talk about the first phase. I'm going to dive into all 4-phase frameworks in part 2 of this podcast because it's a deep dive. It's important because when you can start doing paid acquisition, you really ramp up what you're doing, but you really need to understand how to do paid acquisition, and it's difficult. It is difficult, and it is a bit complicated, and it's creative. But when you figure this out, you can really scale. Like we're about to do a big push with everything. So we're about to double down on ad spend, but that means like I got to watch our conversions. I got to watch our content. I got to make sure our creative is popping. I got to get more content with Rachel. I got to get her to create more with us. Got to get the sales team dialed in, the setting team dialed in. Same thing with the salons, right? An example, let's talk about 2 examples of a 1-to-1 reach out, and let's talk about an example of a 1-to-group reach out in your local area. 1-to-1, kind of backtracking a little bit, talking about what I said before. This is really important, so I want to say it again. Reach out to all your previous clients. Invite them in. Give them something that you would normally charge for, okay? It's called a lead loss. Costco does this. Costco loses money on their gas, but you got to get the membership. So on the membership, you got to get that membership to buy the stuff. So they want to drive memberships. You have a thing that you need to look at. Example, this coffee company that I might be investing into is they have a KPI where they track every day where they're giving away something. What is the thing that they're doing? What's the metric that they're doing? For them, it's free cups of coffee. They give free cups of coffee out. You see in the mall, they give samples out, right? If you got to give something away and track it. We like to do a free treatment. How many free treatments did we do last week? Probably not enough. I would like to do more. And that's what I'm zooming in on. Like we're going to be going to local events. So to do the 1-to-many warm outreach. So say like a farmer's market, anywhere where there's a group, there's ponds of like, I look at marketing like fishing. So there's ponds and puddles, and there's fish in these ponds and puddles. And as these ponds and puddles are communities, right? Your church, your school, freaking PTA meeting. I don't know. Anywhere, anything that's going on in your community. Because if you can weave your salon and your team into and embed it into the town and the community, that's when you hit, right? That's when you start to really connect. Our first location does really well, and that's why, because it's a part of the town. The ladies that come in and out, that's part of their of their weekly routine or monthly routine, if you will. So you go to a farmer's market, you post up. The main thing is to collect information. You need to collect name, email, phone. Give them something, but you have to trade their information for it. I know you see this online all the time. That's why they're doing it, because they're capturing your information to create a way for them to get back in front of you and reach out to you. So the main thing at a booth is not to make sales. Like, you don't want to set up at a farmer's market and try to sell retail. Like, that is the worst idea. Like, it's a huge pain in the butt, and you're not going to make a lot of money, with a pop-up slinging retail. You could do it, but a pop-up is a great idea to do some stuff, but really the pop-up is there to offer value to them, to get their information, and to build a relationship. That way, you can start driving a marketing campaign to them when you're not there doing pop-ups. So you're just collecting information. Like, we went to a couple masterminds recently. We went to one in California and one in Florida. The connections that I made, and I know you hear this all the time, like, your net worth is your network. It's true. You got to know what to do with it. So the people I'm meeting now, I'm understanding that where this kind of fits into the marketing game, But I used to go to all kinds of events. And I have a story. This one time I went to an event. I was so broke. Like, I couldn't even buy materials for the table. So this one guy, he was kind of a radical thinker. I had this event coming up. I was like, dude, I have nothing. Like, I own a gym. Like, what am I going to do? I can't afford a sign. I can't afford a tablecloth. There's going to be all these amazing booths, and I don't have the budget for anything. I have the budget for groceries. So I'm out there. He goes, just go out there. He said, just go out there with nothing. He's like, just stand in front of an empty table. I was like, what? And then he's like, yeah. And then I kind of started to see where he's going with it. He's like, people are going to come up to you and be like, what are you doing? And then you can start talking to them. And I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm going to do it. So I go and I literally do that. I set up a table. I have a little sheet. And I didn't know how to tie the sheet, the information into like a marketing campaign. That was the piece I missed. Like, I should have started reaching out to them one-to-one, right? And then I started hitting them with email campaigns, one-to-many, warm, right? That's what I needed to do. I didn't do that part, but I did go and set up a table and stood there, and guess what happened? People came up. They're like, what are you doing, dude? I was like, I'm just standing in front of a table. What are you guys, what's up? What's going on? I was like, I got a gym, but I'm just here hanging out. And I started chatting. I probably talked to 20 something people like that with absolutely nothing nothing. It was stupid, but why did that work? It created intrigue. Like, what is this idiot doing? And I look like a fitness coach. I was dressed the part, It was cool. It worked. It was crazy. But you're just looking to have conversations, collect information, and reach out. Invite them in, give them something, give them a lead loss, free treatment, free scalp massage or something like that, anything. That's where the creative part comes in, right? Give something you would normally charge for, but also don't give away the house. You need to be intelligent about it. A treatment will cost you $1.55 for us. So we give out an Orbe renewal remedy treatment. And my thing is, here's how I tie it together. So this is what we're launching inside of our salons. I ran ads to this, and I'm going to launch it again, but they come in for the free treatment, and then they're going to you need to give the freebie away, but the freebie needs to create another problem, right? If you do this right, the freebie will create new problems, just like our business assessment, like the full transparency. Like, you'll do our business assessment, we're going to find holes in the boat. We're going to find places where you can improve your business. So we've created a new problem for you. And if you want to solve that problem, our core offer will solve all those problems, legit. And your business will grow. We got girls up 150,000 in 9 months. We got girls up 250,000 in 9 months. We got girls up 45,000 in 45 days. Like, we have a lot of ladies in here growing the salons, factually speaking. These aren't not like made up numbers, tons of wins. We actually have a thread inside of Basecamp where we have just client wins pumping all the time, like every day, boom, 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 boom. So, but that's what that is. The business assessment down in the description below is amazing. Like, I could charge a lot of money for that. It's going to help you leverage AI on 8 components of your business. But what I'm doing is I'm creating value for you so you can get some insight on your company, and then I give you a results page, and then I send you a broken down full report with scores on your company, on your salon, and what you can do. Like, if you're lacking in the marketing game, like, I'll send you a report on what you can do to drive marketing better, right? So it's real value. It's not nonsense. So if people want additional help from the report that they get, because their score, we see scores from like It's a 1 through 100%. All these things are scored up and tallied up like you're in, fifth grade. I see a lot of like 16%. This is 1 out of 100, like 16%. I think the best I've seen is like 83%. But the 83%, she's doing maybe 60,000 a month, and we would take her. If you're doing 90 to 95%, you'll start approaching that $1 million mark. So our core offer solves that problem, right? So whatever you offer your clients, make it good, make it something you normally charge for, and don't cheap out on your freebie, and then follow up with them to help them solve the problem that your freebie creates. In a salon, what are they going to need after they get a treatment? They would probably like to have their hair dried. You're going to need a blowout. So offer them a blowout. We'll give you a discount on the blowout. Only thing we ask is you get a discount as long as you rebook. So you come back in 4 weeks for a cut or something like that. We'll give you a discount on the blowout. A lot of times they'll get their haircut that day too. So you offer them an upsell. Like if they get their haircut or a root tap, some kind, or a gloss, we blow it out for free. So you can give them a couple options, A or B, rather than thanks for coming in, we'll see you later, right? So that is a little bit on some marketing stuff. I could go deep on it, but that's gonna be part 1 on marketing and how to do it, the 4 phases. And then on this next episode, I'm gonna break down the 4-phase framework for paid acquisition. You guys be safe. Thanks for listening.